Hi, welcome to Classic Car Cave. So I got the used roller rockers, 1.3 roller rockers from the UK, courtesy of Kieran that runs a Miglia, and Steve Colburn, who works for MED, who thankfully or kindly put us on to Kieran, and Paul Jeffries that had got the stuff sent to him and then he sent it out to me. So thank you for everybody for doing all that. Yeah, so I did speak to MED. I spoke to the son. Steve is the owner, and his son, and Lee, his name is Lee Whitten, and he was very nice about it. I explained the situation, and I said, look, I'm not putting portioning blame on you or me or whoever made a mistake. It doesn't really matter. The fact is, it's happened, and I was disappointed that I couldn't buy a spare. But what he did explain to me was it's obviously because of COVID, parts have been a problem. Or they did say to me that they actually build the rocket trains themselves. So I suggested that maybe he could keep a part, but what he did say to me was that he's not seen a failure before. So, but obviously I've had one, so that there is failure. So I asked him if he could get some. What I didn't know at the time was, obviously I was pretty frustrated, you can imagine. And what I didn't know at the time is apparently they had checked with the supplier, they couldn't get any spares, and the half set they did have were on the wrong side. The bias was to the wrong side with the roller. So yeah, and maybe I'm tainted with suppliers because I spent such a lot of money with two E-types and two XK 150s. Certain companies I have literally spent in excess of £100,000 plus, or more than that. And then you still get the runaround, and you start to think, well, a lot of them are like that. They seem to want your money and not give you a service. But he did say, MED has built their business on customer service, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully he'll get me a spare one in so I can change that rocker arm that's damaged and have a backup set. We'll see what happens. But anyway, the quality of the stuff is good. All the other stuff I've had from MED, the light and flywheel, lots of other things that are good quality, there's no doubt about it. You pay for it, but they are good quality. Anyway, so I just wanted to reiterate that. So they're going to try and get me a backup one. And as I said, I suggested maybe they keep one or two spares, if they're not getting that many. But if they're building them themselves, one or two shouldn't be an issue. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video.
Welcome to Classic Car Cave. So, there's the old rocker set. Well, it's probably not even done 100 miles, 200 miles, but you can see there's the damaged one in there. The problem is the set I got sent over, they've been used on a Mini 7, I believe, from a guy called Kieran, and it was Steve Colburn, who works at MED, put me onto this guy. And we just got them this afternoon. £42 to have them sent out from the UK. The rockers were 100, which I think is pretty reasonable. They're 265, I think, brand new. So they're £100. He posted them up to Paul Jeffries, and then Paul sent them out to me. So it was £42 for the courier, or for the air freight. And then another €70 on top of that in taxes, which it says second-hand part, and it says the part is only £100. It's on the box, but they still charge me €70 for the taxes. And DHL now don't do the situation where you could pay at the van anymore. You have to pay it online. This online stuff is unbelievable. Anyway, getting back to the car. Sorry about the rant, but just this shit pisses me off. Anyway, you can see I've got the plugs out. Obviously, we're going to set the clearances now, so there's no point in having the plugs in. You're just getting compression. It's easier to pull it backwards and forwards and while it's in gear. So we set everything up. Those main bolts at the back, they're 54 foot-pounds, and these are about 10 to 12, but my torque gauge doesn't go down that small, so I just used it in the same direction. But so what we're going to do now the issue is, you might be able to see here that these are bigger than these Allen key holes, and they are completely different from these Allen key holes. You can see they're much bigger on these ones. These are from MED. I don't know where they're from, but that one's got Titan written on it, which Paul Jeffries, when he saw them, said that they were the kind of first ones that made these roller rockers. Oh, that's what he said, and they're really apparently good quality, the Titan. So I think the 2N ones have just got different adjusters in them, but it's annoying because they're just different size Allen keys. So we're trying to find something now that'll work with a small quarter drive, and then we'll set it all up. I didn't show torquing it because it's pretty basic stuff. Obviously all the adjusters were out, so that when we were torquing it, we weren't torquing it against the valve springs, and these are double valve springs in here. So what I'll do is when I get it set up and we start doing the clearances, I'll put the cameras back on. We've got everything torqued down, everything's ready to go. We've set it up. We've gone over and done it again just to double check everything and tighten everything down. So as you can see, number 6 is down. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 and 3 is 9. And this is the one we need to check. You can see that's really nice. And as you'll see in many other videos, it's not good to put them in that way, because what happens is the roller will move as you put it in, so it's better to come across the roller to make sure the clearance is good. So these are set at 20 thou. This is not standard. This is because of the scatter cam I have in this, and many other reasons, because it's higher compression and so on and so forth. So 20 thou is only for this particular setup, so don't use that as a figure. You should get your own. So what I'll do now is I'll put the rocker cover back on and we'll give it a start and show you how it sounds. Fingers crossed. Okay.
Main switch is
Off? No, it's on. So,
okay.
so give it a shot. See how it sounds. You're in gear, aren't you? I'm just going to give it a shot and see how it sounds. Set the oil pressure. Good, doesn't it? We'll give it a bit of a rev. Sounds good. Sounds sweet, doesn't it? Sounds good. Okay, so now the paranoia comes in. Every time we go to the track, we have to take the rocker cover off and check it, because we'll be a bit paranoid for the first few run-outs. Anyway, good. So we're there. End of. Hopefully Wednesday's going to stop raining and we might be able to take it out, and we'll go from there. So on that note, we'll I'll leave you to it. So stay safe, keep the faith, enjoy your hobby, and sometimes there is a good outcome, even if it does cost you a lot of money. Bye for now.